And welcome to YourPrimetimeSports.com. We're back. It's a new year, 2012, and we've got basketball to bring to you tonight. Tonight we are at Jonesboro. It's called Don Riggs Hurricane Gymnasium now. Isn't that right?
I think so.
That's right. That's where we're at, in Jonesboro, to bring you our first Paragould Lady Rams game of the year as they face off against the Jonesboro Lady Hurricane. I'm Dave Grimm, and alongside me, as usual, Clifton Garmrath.
Good to be back in the saddle again.
Yes, it is good to be back. We had a little bit of a break in between the Greene County Tech Christmas Classic and now. So now, tonight, we've got a big matchup. I'll tell you what, folks. Paragould, don't let their record fool you. The Lady Rams are 8-4, but those 4 losses have come against teams that were way bigger schools, 7A schools, maybe a 6A school programs.
In there. The one they lost at their first round game at Mountain Home was against Rogers, a 7A school. Rogers, a good basketball club, good sound basketball club. I seen the tail end of that game. Now, from all indications from the people I've talked to, Paragould had their chances. They got beat by 5. So I would like to see them two match up again.
Sure.
We won't get to see that, obviously, but I would love to see those two teams match up again. Their other 3 losses, I'm not sure who they were to.
They were all bigger schools.
Yes.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
So far, when Paragould plays a squad that is 5A or lower, they're unbeaten. They haven't lost a game to a school equal to them in size. And they've even beaten some teams in there that are greater than them in size, like Conway. There has been several games in there where they were playing schools bigger than them, and there's a reason they're doing that. They're trying to toughen up for conference play, and that begins Thursday night.
Well, you got to remember one thing. They have, I think 1 lone senior. No, 2 seniors, but the one that I know of for sure that plays a lot is Morgan Trepo. Everybody else is sophomores and juniors. So they're a young squad. They're well coached by Coach Jay Cook. I did see them play a little bit in their McDonald Classic that they host in December. They looked really good.
They won that thing, by the way.
They beat the team that won it last year, Central, Little Rock Central.
That's right. That's a 7A school.
That's a 7A school. They beat them. So, I'll put Paragould Lady Rams up against anybody in the state, and I believe they're going to compete day in and day out.
I will tell you right now, it will be a dogfight down to the end in the 5A East Conference between Paragould and Greene County Tech. Greene County Tech is as impressive. Their girls are as impressive as I have ever seen them this year.
They have a lot of seniors, have a lot of senior leadership.
They start 5 seniors, and they got 2 waiting on the bench.
Yeah, well, they got 1 waiting
on the bench. Yeah. They're an amazing team. They've won both the holiday tournaments that they were in this year. They won their own holiday tournament, and they won down in Wynn. They beat Pine Bluff in that tournament down there in Wynn. That's a 7A school. That's outstanding.
So, traditionally in Greene County, Paragould and Greene County Tech basketball ladies programs has been good for years.
But they may be better this year than they've ever been.
Well, arguably. I won't say ever been. I remember back in the 90s, there were some pretty salty ball clubs for, I think Coach Gill, when he was coaching, he won a state championship. And in between that, Coach Cunningham won a couple.
They trade back and forth.
Yeah. So, back in the 90s, they were as strong as they are now. But traditionally, girls basketball is very, very healthy in Greene County.
I have not seen any other 5A schools from other parts of the state play this year. But I will say this. If both our schools in Greene County make it to the 5A state playoffs, and if they are on opposite sides of the bracket in the state playoffs, it will not surprise me one bit if we see a Paragould Greene County Tech state championship game.
Well,
I'll go out on a limb and say that right now.
Well, I will tell you this. Now, I've not seen them play, but I have heard about them, and we're overlooking one team in the conference that's going to be pretty tough, and that's BB.
Well, we're going to see them this year, at least once, I believe.
BB Badgers, and Coach Ritchie took that head job down there, so trust me, he's going to want to beat Greene County Tech and
he'll
Paragould.
Know both of these schools.
Oh, yeah.
He's got their schematics. Well, maybe not so much Greene County Tech now that they've got a new head coach, but he knows all the players. And
yeah.
Trust me, it's going to be a dogfight all the way down to the end. I think all three of those schools will make the state playoffs.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that in the girls' division, and I'm not sure who the fourth one will be.
Could be Wynn, could be
Forest City.
Forest City, yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like I said, we've not seen them play yet.
We saw Forest City play this year.
Well, we did see them play in the Christmas Classic, and I will tell you, they improved tremendously versus last year when they played.
Last year they were
terrible,
horrible. We're going to go right out there and say it. They were pitiful last year.
I've seen a lot of improvement from Forest City Mustangs, Lady Mustangs, in the Christmas Classic.
And we went over there twice last year. We went over to Forest City to broadcast Tech and Paragould's trips down there, and they were pitiful both times.
Now I will tell you this: by looking around the gym, they're at this point right now, 2 minutes and 58 seconds before tip-off. There are more Paragould people here today than there are Jonesboro.
That is true, but that may be because there's only one game on tap tonight, and it's a senior girls game. It may be the fans may not even know they're playing this game tonight.
Well, all I know is I'm ready to get underway. We're down to about 2 minutes, and then they'll start calling out the lineups, and we'll see who those starters are. That
gives us an opportunity to take a break, so we will do that now. And when we come back, we will be bringing you our game of the night. Paragould versus Jonesboro on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Your favorite teams play on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
And we are back here at Don Riggs Hurricane Gymnasium. We're about to get things underway. They're announcing the starting lineups right now, and Clifton is marking them off on his little piece of paper over there so we'll know who they are. I'm related to at least two of them. Let's see who we got. No, actually, only one of them is starting. Yeah, the twins down there, Rachel and Sarah Dykes, they're my nieces. And then Savannah Walker, I see her at least once a week, every week. She sings like a bird, Clifton.
Karaoke.
She comes to my karaoke shows and brings the house down. She may be a better singer than she is a basketball player. She's a really good basketball player. So that tells you something right there.
Yeah, they say you're something else.
I'm talking about her.
I'm talking about you. They said you're something else at them karaoke shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to ask you what they said.
They said you're funny.
Really? I'm afraid to find out in what way, so we'll just leave it there. Those starting lineups have been announced. We're about to get this thing underway. Our only game of the night. No boys game on tap. No junior high. Just these girls. They're going to go at it right now. 8-4, the Paragould Lady Rams. 7-6 on the year are the Jonesboro Lady Hurricane.
There's our lady official again that helped out at the Christmas Classic.
I wish I could remember her name. I meant to ask her, and I forgot.
Mark's out there, reffing. I don't know this gentleman's name. I see him all the time, but I don't know his name. All right, we're about ready to go.
And the Paragould fans do outnumber the Jonesboro fans at this time, so this is liable to be this could be a home game for Paragould tonight.
The handshake's on. The referee stepping into the center of the floor.
All right. Here's the tip, and it is controlled by Jonesboro. Let me learn these names. Here we go. Number 23, Alexis Benson has it over on the right side, gives it up top to, I'm looking at the wrong, Shayla Johnson has it up top. Kicks it over down to number 23, Ivory Thornton. Now it's turned over, stolen away. Going the other way fast is Sydney Layrock. She takes it all the way to the rack, puts it up and in. Was that Layrock that made the bucket? It looked like it was. Yeah, all right. 2-0 early here, Paragould. Here come the Lady Hurricane. Shayla Johnson. Johnson has it over on the left side. She's looking inside for somebody open, but there's nobody there. Now she works it down there, and it's batted out of bounds. Last touch by, I believe, a blue jersey.
Well, Lady Rams play really good defense. They're going to be real stingy in that paint, so.
Johnson will inbound the basketball underneath her own basket in front of the Paragould cheerleaders. Waiting on her to do that. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds called.
What'd I say? Good defense.
Yeah, they denied that inbound pass, and Paragould gets it on the turnover. So now here come the Lady Rams on their first possession where they're setting up their offense. And it's Carson Gill who will do the honors, bringing it down across the timeline, and she'll run things. Gives it over left side to Dykes. That's Rachel Dykes, that is. Now down in the corner to Layrock. Layrock, cross-court pass back over to Dicus. Inside to Trepo. Trepo puts it off the glass and in. It's now 4-0. Paragould. 7 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
Good down low post pass to Trepo.
Now they lob it inside, does Jonesboro, and they miss the shot underneath. Layrock pulls down the rebound. A long pass ahead to Rachel Dicus, and she holds up and waits for help. She has it over on the right wing. Kicks it up top to Gill. Gill has it up top now, back to Dicus. Rachel Dicus looking inside, nobody open. Back up top to Gill. For three, it won't go. Rebound, Jonesboro. Going the other way. Boy, I'm glad I got my voice back, Clifton.
Me too.
Chelsea Tate with the basketball now for Jonesboro. She has it way out top. Has it over on the left side now, kicks it down into the corner. That's Thornton. Thornton drives the baseline, puts it up. It's not going to go. Rebound is battled for. It is saved inbounds by Layrock. Paragould basketball. Outlet pass to Gill. Ahead it goes to Dicus. Dicus waits for help again. Now her pass goes into the backcourt.
That should
was
be a
it
foul
touched
on
by
three.
Jonesboro? I believe the pass was batted into the backcourt by Jonesboro, and then a foul committed by the Lady Hurricane. Nope. Referee overruling another referee. Backcourt violation called. So it'll be Jonesboro basketball.
Well, I'm not too sure about that, Dave.
I thought it was batted into the backcourt. So now Morgan Malagen. I hope I'm not butchering her name. Malagen with the inbound pass. Now they kick it over left side to Laura Marshall. Now up top it goes to Shayla David. David lobs it inside. Now underneath, the shot goes up, and Raquel Williams can't get it to fall, but she does draw the foul. So now Williams will go to the line to try and get the first points of the night for the Lady Hurricane.
That's the first foul of the game.
And they have yet to make a field goal. They get the first bucket. It is 4-1. Foul committed by Trepo. She got both of them. It's 4-2. Now here come the Lady Rams. Carson Gill walking it down. No pressure from Jonesboro. She walks it down uncontested. Now gives it over right side to Sydney Layrock. Back up top it goes to Dicus. Now left side Gill. She lobs it down low. There's Layrock. Puts it up and in and draws the foul.
I tell you what, I love watching Sydney Layrock play. She's
only a sophomore, right?
She's just a sophomore.
Wow.
She is going to be so good for 3 years.
And her dad is the head coach of the boys team, correct?
That's right. That's right.
She gets the and 1, 2, go in. It drains in for a 3-point play. 7-2 the score now, Paragould. 5.5 left to play. And if the clock is not running, 5:38 is where it is stuck. No clock. And nobody has noticed it but me. 3-point shot. Now they finally turn it on. 3-point shot wouldn't go. The offensive rebound won't go. And now a whistle and a foul over the back called against Jonesboro on the next rebound.
They need to go ahead and run off about 10, 15 seconds there.
We'll be here all night.
Who was that on? 25,
It's going to be on the board here in just a second. 25. You are correct. Number 25 is Raquel Williams. She commits the foul for Jones. That's their second team foul. So now here's Paragould.
No, it's the first.
It's showing 2 on the board there.
I don't know who those fouls on.
Down in the corner to Rachel Dicus. Back up top to Gill. Now Jonesboro is showing some defense here, fronting up on the Paragould players, guarding them close. Up top it goes. Trepo for a long 2. She got it from just inside the 3-point line. It's 9-2. Here come the Lady Hurricanes. Lady Hurricane. Don't put the S on there. I learned that the hard way one year. And now a whistle and a 30-second timeout is called by Jonesboro. We'll keep it here for a 30-second. 9-2 the score with 4:52 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, like I said, Lady Rams play very, very good stingy defense, and they run a transition game, so they're going to get up and down the floor. And I'm sure Jonesboro's going to run with them. I haven't seen Jonesboro play this year, the ladies anyway. I have seen the guys. So this could become a fast-paced game.
And I love the Jonesboro scoreboard because they tell you who has not only how many fouls, but how many points they have as well. If you look up there on the board, Trepo has 4 points, and Dicus has 3 points, And Layrock has 2 points. I think that's wrong, actually. I think Layrock has 4 points.
Layrock has 5.
I think they have given one of Layrock's buckets to Dykus. But anyway, we're back underway after the 30-second timeout. It's Jonesboro basketball. And driving in the paint, putting it high off the glass. It will not go for Johnson, but she gets her own rebound. Brings it back out, fires it up again. Got the long 2-pointer to go. It is 9-4 now.
Well, I don't have Dykus, Dave, for any points. All mine's right here.
I didn't think she had any either.
Yeah.
They've got it wrong on the scoreboard. When I start bragging on them, they got
Yeah, I've got 9, and it's all Trepo and Layrock.
I got you. Oh, and Dykus steps on the sideline and turns the ball over. So now back to the other end of the floor we will go. 4:16 the clock says here in the first quarter, and it's Jonesboro basketball. Johnson. Chayla Johnson is her name. She has the basketball up top, being guarded closely by Gill. Now she dribbles right side and hands the ball off to number 12, Morgan Mulchin. Now she drives in the paint, puts it up. A runner won't go, and it's rebounded by Layrock again. Ahead it goes to Dykus. Now up top to Gill. Now Layrock for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound is going to be out of bounds. It is last touched by the Jonesboro Lady Hurricane. So that's a break for Paragould. Layrock will inbound the basketball. And she lobs it all the way up top to the wrong color jersey. Picking that one off is Marshall, and we're going the other way. Jonesboro basketball. Up top with it is Johnson. Works it to the high post. Now she gets it back. Long 2-pointer on the way. Good. She was just about 6 inches from that being a 3-pointer. The score now 9-6. Jonesboro has cut the score to within 3. Paragould the basketball. Gill looks things over. Gives it over. Left side. Dykus. Now back to Gill. Still the same Dykus as before. It's Rachel in there right now. Now she has it on the right side. Now they try to work it inside. It's batted back out. Blue jerseys are on the floor trying to get it. They finally do.
Same team wrestling for the ball.
And a long 3-pointer won't go for Gill. And she commits a foul trying to track down her own rebound. First foul of the ball game against Carson Gill.
Looked like she had all ball, but, we weren't standing 5 feet away from it
We're
either.
way up here in the crow's nest. But we got lots of room to maneuver up here. I like this crow's nest they've got.
Yeah.
3 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's still a 3-point ball game. Paragould leads it 9-6. Jonesboro ball. Johnson gets the inbound pass, and she walks it down. No pressure from Paragould. And she nonchalantly brings it across the timeline. Now dribbles over left side, being guarded by Gill. Now cross-court pass, 3-pointer on the way. It's off the mark for Mulligan, and it's rebounded by Paragould. We're going the other way fast. Ahead to Dykus. Dykus on the right wing, kicks it back up top to Gill. Now Gill will set up the offense. Gill calls out the number of the offense, and the girls go to work. Right side, Trepo. Skip pass all the way over to number 15, who has just entered the game. That's Haley Rogers. Now in the corner to Dykus. Dykus drives in, tries to dump it off to Rogers. Rogers wasn't where Dykus thought she was going to be.
Dykus thought she was going to stop there, and Rogers was cutting in toward the goal and was almost into the paint when she made that pass behind her. If she'd have led her with that pass in front of the defender, I believe she'd had her layup.
And for that reason, they replace one Dykus with another. Sarah Dykus in the ball game. Rachel sits down. Now here come the Lady Hurricane. I did it again. Shayla Johnson with the basketball. Now left side it goes to Mulligan. Mulligan drives in, puts it up, can't get it to go. Whistle and a foul on the rebound again against Jonesboro. They are all over the backs of the Lady Rams whenever they are trying to get the rebound.
Well, the Lady Rams, just like I said, being a good defensive club, they're also a good rebounding
club. And they're in position.
They block out well.
So now it's still 9-6. We're down under 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Layrock with the basketball. Kicks it over to Gill on the right side. Now inside the Trepo. She battles. She puts it up from the free throw line. It's good. Just inside the free throw line. She makes the bucket 11-6 now. Paragould with a 5-point lead. Jonesboro with the basketball. Johnson way out here at half court. Gill up on her, but not close enough to have the referee count. Now she gets up on her. Now they were trying to work it inside. A whistle and a foul is going to be called against Sarah Dykus.
Well, she was trying to deny the ball, but she got her hand tangled up with the offensive player who
And
had the
they'll
ball, and they are going to call it
that
every time.
Now underneath the basket, Johnson trying to inbound it. Last time she was down there, she got a 5-second call. She almost did this time, and it's going to be, well, it won't be a backcourt violation because it's an inbound pass. They have to track it down and bring it back into the front court. Now they give it to Johnson, and she's over on the right side. Now she kicks it in the corner to Marshall. Marshall in trouble, needs help, throws it out of bounds, turnover.
Good defense again by the Lady Rams. So much pressure.
Yeah, they're everywhere at once. Just down to 1 minute left here in the first quarter. And Gill walks it across the timeline. Gives it over to Trepo on the left side. Now back up to Gill. Now Sarah Dykes. Now in the corner to Rogers. Rogers needs help. She steps on the baseline. And she turns it over.
Walker's coming back in the game. She's coming in for Gill.
So the big girls out there. This is the big lineup out there on the floor right now for the Lady Rams, with only one small girl out there, and that would be Rogers.
They're going to move Rogers probably up to point. Maybe Layrock, I'm not sure.
So Johnson drives all the way to the rack herself, uncontested. 11-8, the score, back to a 3-point game. Down to half a minute to play in the first quarter. And bringing it down, you were right, it was Layrock. She's going to run the offense now for a while with half a minute to play. She calls out the number, and now she's just dribbling at half court. Looks like they might be holding for one shot.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Layrock gives it over to Rogers with 15 seconds. Rogers back to Layrock, way up top, 10 seconds. Now she dribbles down to the top of the key, gives it over in the corner to Rogers. Inside it goes to Dykes. Now that's Walker. She can't get it to drop from the paint. Rebounded by Jonesboro, and that's the end of the quarter. 11-8, the score after one. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be right back here on YourPrimetimeSports.com. All right, we're back here after the 60-second timeout in between the quarters.
Dave, I've got, out of this whole first quarter, 4 people have scored in this game. 2 Jonesboro, 2 Paragould. So,
that's what it looks like to me, too.
Yeah.
11-8, the score.
They have it different on the board, but I know.
Yeah, it's not right up there.
Yeah.
And it'll be Paragould basketball coming out for the second quarter. They inbound it to Layrock, and they've got the same 5 girls out there that they had when they stopped playing in the first quarter. The big lineup. Now Trepo from the corner. Three-pointer, good. 14-8, the score now. Paragould with a 6-point lead. Their largest lead of the night has been 7. Jonesboro with the basketball. And new girls out there. I'm going to have to learn these names. Brittany Miner is out there on the floor. Now shot from the paint goes up for Johnson.
Johnson for Jonesboro is their player, it looks like. She doesn't have a problem penetrating that basket and going right to the hole.
Aggressive.
And she can twist and turn in midair. So
14-10 the score. Paragould turns the ball over in the paint. We're going the other way. Jonesboro basketball. Johnson with it on the run. Now she waits for help. Kicks it over in the corner. Maligan for 3. She can't get it to go. It's short. It's rebounded by Rogers. Paragould basketball. She brings it across the timeline, gives to Layrock, and lets Sydney run the offense. Layrock has it up top of the key, gives it over right side to Sarah Dykes. Now back to Layrock. Now Trepo on the left side. Trepo drives in traffic, loses it. Jonesboro comes out of there with it. And a foul committed after the turnover by Sarah Dykes.
Who was that foul on? Dykes?
Yes, correct. Gill checks back in. Layrock takes a breather. That is 2 on Sarah Dykes, and she's only been in there for a few minutes. Jonesboro basketball. Chelsea Tate now, the guard for the Lady Hurricane. Tate calls out her offense, now dribbles left side of the floor. Being guarded by Gill. Still has it over on the left wing, picks up her dribble, looking for somebody to pass to, lobs it down low. Receiving that pass is Shayla David. Now they kick it back up top. Laura Marshall has it up top, inside to David, down low to Tate, off the glass and in. And it's a 2-point game, 14-12, just like that.
That was a pretty give and go by Jonesboro.
They run it just right. 6 minutes to play in the half. Paragould with the basketball. Gill kicks it over to Trepo on the right side now. Trepo looking for somebody open inside. Throws it into Walker. Walker lost the handle on it. She wasn't that open anyway. She lost it. Now Jonesboro runs the length of the floor and misses the layup. Paragould comes down with a rebound. We're going back the other way fast. We got a whistle and a foul on the way down the floor committed by Jonesboro.
That's Williams' second foul for Jonesboro. You know, they've thrown the ball in.
They're forcing it inside.
Well, they've thrown it in 3 times to Savannah Walker, and 2 of those passes have not been real good passes.
No. And plus, she's been covered really well
yeah.
On top of that. We've got a whistle in it. We've got a timeout. And we are going to stay right here. It's a 30-second timeout. 14-12 is where we're at right now with Paragould lead cut all the way to 2. Now, Paragould has led the whole way. Jonesboro has not led a minute of this game.
Well, let's see. Jonesboro's been down 9-2. And then, which was the largest lead, Paragould had 7 points. Then they made it 14-8, which drove it back to 6-point lead. Now Jonesboro's cut it down to 14-12, 2-point deficit.
And it has been due to turnovers here of late, trying to force the ball inside when she's covered, stepping on the baseline, what have you. They've been turning the basketball over, and it has benefited Jonesboro.
And if you notice on the offensive end, on Jonesboro's end, they're really they're not taking a lot of outside shots. They're really penetrating the hole, looking for the open person, and they're going down low post, and they're trying to score all their buckets in that 2-foot area.
It'll be Paragould ball coming out of the timeout. Rogers will inbound it to Gill, and we're back underway. 5:40 and counting left here in the half. Now, Rachel Dykus back into the ball game. She has it over on the right wing. She's wanting somebody open inside. Instead, it's a skip pass all the way over to Trepo. She dumps it inside to Walker. Walker kicks it back out to Trepo. They'll reset. It's Dykus. Now Gill. Now Trepo left wing. Skip pass all the way over to the right wing. Long 2-pointer for Dykus goes in. Rachel Dykus, first Lady Ram to get on the scoreboard other than Layrock and Trepo. 5 minutes to play in the half. Tate with the basketball for the Lady Hurricane. Now she gives to Marshall. Marshall has it on the right wing. Looking for somebody open inside. Finds David at the high post. David battles for position and is fouled from behind by Walker.
Yeah, if she wouldn't have reached, I believe she'd have been okay. She had good position on her, but when she reached that hand in there, that's what they got her on.
Sub checking in for Jonesboro. Johnson checking back into the game. A great couple of minutes by Tate. She sits back down. Johnson looking for somebody open. She's down there on the baseline again, and they're again dangerously close to a 5-second call, and they do call it. Yeah. They got her for the second time tonight. 4:50 left in the half.
Well, you just got to credit the Lady Rams with such good defense down there on the inbound pass.
It's Gill walking it across the Jonesboro Hurricane flags at center court. Now it is Rogers back to Gill in the corner to Rachel Dykus. She traveled with the basketball. Fundamental basketball hurting Paragould right now. Traveling violations, turnovers. Now here come the Lady Hurricane. It's a 4-point game, 16-12. Paragould leads it. Johnson has the ball for Jonesboro. Now Marshall, right wing. Marshall looking inside, kicks it up top to David. David loses it out of bounds. No, she traveled with it.
Drug out foot. She was up on that toe. She couldn't keep from it. All that weight had shifted to one.
Well, and she was right up against the sideline, too, which was what made me think that she had actually lost it out of bounds. So now it's Paragould basketball again. Back and forth we go on turnovers. 4:10 left in the half. Rachel Dykus brings it back around to the top and gives to Gill. Now in the corner it goes to Rogers. They work it inside. Walker battles, spins, puts it up. Can't get the layup. Offensive rebound, no. Over the back called on Trepo. Man. Climbed her back. That's foul number 2 against Trepo. It'll be Jonesboro basketball. Johnson dribbles all the way down to the corner. Has her pass batted out of bounds with authority by Gill. Smacked that thing. So now they'll inbound it, and you know how well she got it in right away this time. From the corner, the long two-pointer won't go.
Now what about, okay.
It's rebounded. The saved inbounds to a blue jersey. Going the other way with it is Dykus on the run. Now she loses it underneath the goal. Gets it to Walker. Walker puts it up. Can't get it to drop, but she did draw the foul. Walker will shoot 2.
Is that foul on 3? No, it was on
30.
3, yeah, 30.
David commits the foul. And I don't
That's
mean
their big girl. She has 2.
I don't mean me. That's her last name. Got the first free throw. 17-12. 3.5 to play in the half. Here's the next one. Missed the next one off the back of the rim. No good. It's rebounded by David. And Jonesboro has the basketball. Ahead it goes to Johnson on the run. Johnson kicks it in the corner. And back up top it goes Williams. Williams trips. And they're going to call a Dykus for tripping her. It's Rachel Dykus. That should be, I believe, 2 against Rachel. Nope, that's her first one.
Yeah, now Jonesboro go to the line for a 1-and-1.
17th foul of the half. They're going to be in the 1-and-1 for the remainder. 3:18 left in this half. Got the front end of it. 17-13.
They have on the board. They have Rachel Dykus with 5 points, and Sydney Layrock's the one that's got the 5 points. They're all messed up down there.
Well, she got both free throws. Now it's a 3-point game, 17-14, and Paragould has the ball.
Who shot those?
Oh man, don't ask me now.
Now I was
30, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Shot goes up and in for Dykus from the baseline. Jumper good. 19-14. And stolen, stolen back. It's loose now. Anybody's ball. Jump ball is going to be called. The arrow pointing at who? Lady Hurricane.
I started daydreaming, looking at the scoreboard, and but I'm all caught up now.
Okay.
I'm all caught up. This is new for me, talking and
You're doing a fine job. Ivory Thornton inbounds the ball to Shayla Johnson. Johnson will run the offense. Drives down to the right side of the floor. Now she picks up her dribble, throws it inside. David all alone, puts it off the glass and in. 19-16. 2.5 to play in the half, and a whistle. Timeout is going to be called by Paragould. Coach Jay Cook wants to know what in the world happened on that last play. And it's a 30-second. I'll tell you what, we'll take it to. Back in 30 on your Primetime Sports. All right, clock says 2:31. The timeout is over, and we've got that long before halftime. It'll be Paragould basketball up by 3. They've led the whole way. They've led by as many as 7. Right now it's 19-16. Gill brings it across the timeline, gives it over to Layrock, who has checked back into the ball game. Layrock up top, now kicks it Gill right side, now down in the corner to Rachel Dykus. Both Dykus in the ball game right now. Now it's stolen away from Rachel by David, and we're going the other way fast on the break, all the way down low. She traveled with it, but she kicks it in the corner, and the three-pointer is not going to be good. Out of bounds, last touch by Jonesboro.
I'll tell you what, Dave, while you're coming up for air, when that's twice that Paragould's received the ball down in the corner, and Jonesboro's just swamping them down there and covering them up, and they can't do anything. They're just double teaming down in that corner.
1:55 and counting. Paragould with the ball once again. Inside to Walker.
Good pass.
Down low to Layrock off the glass and in.
Good assist. Good assist by Savannah Walker.
Here come the Lady Hurricane with 1:39 and counting left in the half. Johnson, skip pass over to Maligan. Now she drives the baseline, puts it up. It misses everything, over everything, and Gill comes down with a rebound and is fouled by Maligan.
Little bump with the front of the body.
Yeah, and they're going to call that.
Right in front of the ref.
It's right in front of the ref. Very visible reaction to the bump. And that was team foul number 6 against Jonesboro. 1:20 and counting. Here comes Gill for the Lady Rams. Gill gives it over to Sarah Dykes. Cross court to Layrock. Layrock to Rachel Dykes for 3. It's short. Rebound is battled for. Still battled for. Out of bounds.
Stepped on the baseline, looks like.
Yep, it'll be Paragould basketball. Layrock will inbound it with 68 seconds left to play in the half. Layrock looking for somebody open. Gets it into Walker in the paint. She kicks it out to Gill. Over on the right side, it goes to Rachel Dykes. Now Layrock skip pass over the left side. Up top to Rachel Dykes. Now Gill, and she'll reset. Under a minute to play. Okay, there's Sarah Dykes. Back up top to Gill. Back to Sarah on the right wing. Wants to work it inside. It's stolen away from her by Johnson. We're going the other way fast. On the break, Marshall can't get the layup. Offensive board, that one won't go either. Foul on the rebound. Let's see who they call it on. Probably against Paragould. Yep, yeah. It's against Layrock.
That's going to send Johnson to the line. It's got to be a 1-and-1. She wasn't in the.
Was she on the floor?
She was on the. Well,
yep,
she was on her way to the floor.
1-and-1. 37 seconds left in the half. It's a 5-point game. Now it's a 4-point game. 21-17. Looks like a football score up there. I saw a game this weekend that was 21-17. Second one is good. 21-18.
Well, there were plenty of them.
Plenty of football games, NFL and bowl games. Boy, it was a great football weekend. We're down to 30 seconds left to play in the half. It's gotten awfully quiet in here all of a sudden, Clifton. 25 seconds. Gill has it at half court. And she's just a dribbling. Standing on the big J. 18 seconds and counting. She's still there dribbling with 14. Pulls the trigger at 12. Gives it over left side to Dykes. That's back up to Gill. 9, 8, 7. Gill still has it. Tries to get it down low to Layrock. She puts it off the glass. Can't get it to go with 2 seconds left. Rebound battle for, and that's the end of the half. So a lackluster finish to that second quarter leaves this a 3-point game, 21-18. And it looks like we're going to try and get a guest for you at halftime. Clifton's going to talk to the president of the Paragould Booster Club. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Mr. Joe Wessel. Come on over here, Joe.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Since I've stood up the whole game, I'm going to take my opportunity to sit down. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
That was a sorry first half.
It was. I have Mr. Joe Wessel, the president of the Paragould School District and
Booster Club.
Booster Club. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah. It was a sorry first half.
We just turned it over way too many times. I don't know.
That's what we talked about. We talked about too many turnovers and bad passes, and they had up to a 7-point lead and a 6-point lead twice, and it's like they're just trying to give it away a little bit.
Well, that one corner over there, they stepped out of bounds twice and turned it over in that corner 4 times over there.
Yeah, I told Dave that. I said they getting down in that low corner down there and they can't get out of it. So, Lady Rams basketball is just phenomenal this year, and it's going to be next year. One senior, Morgan Trepo, that's actually a starter, I guess. I think there's 2 seniors on the roster. But just Dave and I were talking in the pregame about the tradition of girls basketball in Greene County, and I'm talking about Tech and Paragould.
Uh-huh.
And, Dave was saying that he thought this was the best that he's ever seen. I said, well, if you go back to the 90s, now Coach Gill won a state tournament, and Coach Cunningham won 2, and they were all right there together. They were pretty salty in the 90s. What is it that makes Greene County so good in girls basketball?
Well, I think one thing is the competition between the 2 schools. Not many towns have 2 such competitive schools as we do at Paragould and Greene County Tech. But, Ted was out at Tech all those years. Kevin started out there. Then when Jerry Noble left in Paragould, Kevin got that job.
That's right.
And so they just kind of do it, and they've started kind of a young program. I know Carson, this junior bunch, Kevin started putting those girls together in the 5th grade, just working with them, teaching them fundamentals. And it's just seemed ever since then we've just had more parents get involved, and girls come on, and so it's been I tell you, we've had a tough schedule this year. I think I know we've played Fort Smith, Cabot, Conway. We played Rogers up in that tournament. And then
so have you played Searcy and Pine Bluff?
No, we have not played those two.
Okay.
Rogers probably in that tournament. They put all the good teams on the same side of the bracket, that Mountain Home tournament. I just didn't understand that. But my son-in-law, Kevin Gill, thought that probably Rogers had the most athletic bunch we played all year, but I thought Fort Smith was awful good. So, playing 6A and 7A teams, I think will get them ready.
Well, I came up that first day, and I only had the opportunity. I did not realize that the girls played the first game. And we came in the gym right there at the tail end of the game. And I know they got beat by 5 points, but it seemed like they were up against a really good team.
Yeah.
But I also realized that we have a really good team.
Yeah, we had an opportunity. You just got to take advantage against a team like that. When the opportunities open up, you got to take them.
That's right.
And
now I noticed one thing after the game that afternoon that I want to ask you about. I noticed that Carson, your granddaughter, was messing with her ankle. She got an ankle injury?
Well, yeah, she injured her outside of her foot during the shootout, and it's been real sore. And then we played Fort Smith, and it's just now getting back to where it was. She just couldn't. She can't play defense like she could. Make those moves.
Right.
I know when your feet bother you, that hurts.
Hey, anytime your knees down hurt or bothering you, it
feet
hurts.
Or anything. Yeah, but she's just about back. She's been using that joke machine and other things like that, just trying to get it back. But,
right.
But they've had a tough schedule. They open with conference Thursday night at Batesville.
Yeah, and that kind of messed us up, but we found out, or Dave informed me today, the reason everyone in the conference moved to Thursday is because of the Cotton Bowl.
Razorbacks, that's right.
But what happened was I found out last week that Greene County Tech had moved their game to Thursday, and that was the only one I knew about. So we had the Paragould Batesville game scheduled for Friday night. We were going to go to Batesville, and I called Dave and said, hey, since that's the inaugural game, I know we don't normally do home games, but since that's the inaugural game, let's do that game Thursday night. We may not have a listener. Everybody may be watching on TV and there, but let's do it. Well, come to find out, today I found out that Paragould's moved theirs to Thursday, so now we're really messed up.
Yeah.
So, we've already got it set and everything, and we'll just have to miss one of the games. We can't be at both places. Hopefully next year we will be able to correct that. Where we can broadcast two different games.
Two different games
at one time. As your Primetime Sports is just a little over a year old. We have really grown. I'm really excited and to see what fan base we have, the listeners that we have, the feedback that we're getting. We had a lot of listeners during the Christmas Classic. We broadcasted all 24 of those games. So every day it seems like we're getting more and more.
Yeah, you will.
And it's all been word of mouth.
Yeah.
Just people just telling about it. So it's getting there. I'm very excited about it. The community has really stepped in and supported us. You can get on the website and look at the advertising. So it's really been a neat thing, and I'm glad I've stepped out there and done it. I've had to do a lot of worrying to make sure it was going to go, but you know how it is with any business.
When you're starting out, it is.
So now, tell us what your job is as the president of the Booster Club. What all do you have to take care of?
Well, mainly, I've got a good board. I've got several good board members. I've got some good ladies. A key to me on a good Booster Club is having some good ladies.
You betcha.
They're good workers. And, we start out the year, and then we sell ads in our program. And that's how we raise the majority of our money. And
now, I don't mean to interrupt you, but speaking of those ads, I hear a lot of positive. I'm out selling ads too, and I hear a lot of positive from people that I talk to that they really like the way Paragould does it. They come in, they write one check, they give it to the Booster Club. The Booster Club distributes that however they need to. Excellent way to do it, and the businesses are not being bombarded by 7, 8, 9, 10 booster or sports.
Right. We just have one Booster Club, and we do it all. And then we've got the concessions for volleyball, basketball, track, and baseball, softball. The band has football. And we raised, I think last year we raised, and we get to season ticket sales if we sell the season tickets.
Right.
We don't get to gates, but just season tickets. And I think we raised last year about $40-something thousand, and we spent $30,000 giving back to athletes, all programs, including cheerleading and dance teams.
Sure.
And we pay for 2 farthest out-of-town meals for each sport during the year, up to so many dollars per child.
The 2 furthest.
The 2 farthest. And then if they go to state, we pay a meal there.
Okay.
And then we have 2 banquets, a fall banquet and a spring banquet, and we pay for all that and all that. And so, you know, we give it all back, and we try to have some carryover to start out next year. We did buy a new scoreboard. We put new lights in the gym this year. Booster Club bought that.
And that was awesome. I was at the shootout.
Yeah.
And, you know, I played there years ago, and I walked there and I went, wow. And I also noticed something else besides the new scoreboards and the new lights was the buzzers around the
when they brought the scoreboards in, Booster Club paid for part of that, but we got 4 major sponsors that helped pay for that. And but when they brought it up here, they brought that and said, do y'all want this? Well, for another $1,200, we weren't going to pass that up. So they knew we'd do it. So,
well, listen, we've had a great talk. I appreciate you coming up and talking to me. I'm sure I kept you from going to the concession stand.
No, I don't need to go.
But it's been fun, and we're going to be at a lot more games and rooting for the Lady Rams. Get on Your Prime Time and check us out. I think we have a picture of Carson on our slideshow.
Oh, do you?
Yes,
okay.
we put the 4 tournament players of the tournament from the shootout on there.
Okay.
And get on there and take a look at that.
Okay.
So,
well, I appreciate y'all doing this. I know the fans appreciate it.
Well, and we just want it to keep growing. We want to keep letting people know that we're doing it, and when they can't make it to the game, they more than welcome to get on here and listen to us.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Joe.
You, sir. See
All
you
right,
later.
you bet. Okay, we're not going to take a break. Girls are back out on the floor.
Y'all successfully ate up the entire
That's good. Hey, we had a great conversation. So that's what you're supposed to do. We'll just have to run double advertising on them 30-second breaks.
That's okay.
So
it looks like it's going to be Paragould's ball to start things off here in the second half. Hope you're still with us because we're about to get this thing back underway. Layrock will inbound the basketball for the Lady Rams. She's going to throw it to, I'll bet you $1, Carson Gill. Man, give me $1.
I didn't take that.
Oh, okay. Gill.
You can find out somebody on the air that took it. You can talk to them.
Gill has the ball, gives it over right side. Layrock skip pass all the way over to Rachel Dykes, back up top to Gill. Now Layrock. 3-pointer on the way from the right wing. It's off the back of the rim, no good. She chases down her own rebound, puts it up, and draws the foul.
Well, that was just excellent effort on Sydney Layrock's part by following her own shot, which you don't see a lot.
In high school, almost never do you see that.
And got her own rebound and then went up hard and picked up the foul. Now she's at the free throw line.
And misses the first of 2 short. 7:41 remaining here in the third, and the score remains as it was at halftime, 21-18. She missed both free throws. Offensive board. Trepo goes back up. She can't get it to go. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Paragould.
Another opportunity missed right there by the Lady Rams on 2 free throws and a putback.
And Trepo did not go up strong with that, and the result was a missed layup. So now Jonesboro with the basketball. You swap these over. And it's Johnson with the basketball. She kicks it to Marshall. Marshall up top. Now they're playing a little 3-man weave up the top of the key here. Marshall has it. Dribbles over to the right side. Actually, Layrock cut her off. She had to turn around and go back the other way. Now David has it high post. Now Marshall. 3-pointer on the way. Contested and blocked. Blocked by Layrock and pulled down by a Paragould Lady Ram. We're going the other way. Rachel Dykes has it over on the right side of the floor. She has it poked out of her hands. Last touch by a white jersey. Layrock with a nice block down there on the 3-point shot. So they inbound it to Gill. They'll reset the offense. Still scoreless here in the second half. No one has added to their total. In the corner it goes to Layrock. She drives the baseline, puts it up and in, and breaks the scoring drought. It's 23-18.
Tell you what, for a sophomore, she got ice in her veins.
And she just laid that thing, just soft touch.
She's just a good shooter.
6.5 to play third quarter. Jonesboro basketball. Marshall with the basketball up top. And She's in traffic. Finally, she gives to Johnson over on the right side. Now back up to Marshall. Marshall for three. She got it. 23-21. It's a 2-point game. Paragould still leads it by a bucket. Gill brings it across, sets up the Lady Ram offense, gives it over to Trepo on the right side. Skip pass is knocked out of bounds, almost picked off.
Here's what I don't understand about that. Savannah Walker was right there on the corner of the free throw line, wide open, asking for the ball, and Morgan throws it all the way across the court.
In traffic,
and it gets knocked out of bounds.
We're back underway here after the inbound pass. At the high post with it is Trepo. She works it inside to Walker, now in the corner to Rachel Dykus. She drives, puts it up from the low block. It will not go. Offensive board. Walker puts it up and in.
There she goes.
25-21.
That right there was a good, strong rebound with a good, strong putback by Savannah Walker.
4-point lead for the Lady Rams. Here come the Lady Hurricane. Johnson with it over on the right side. Gives to Marshall. Marshall being contested by Layrock. Layrock doing a little bit of pushing on her. No call. Now, I keep forgetting Tony Three's name, Thornton. And the shot from the paint won't go.
Another rebound by Sydney Layrock. She may get her a double-double tonight.
She might do it. Are you keeping up with the rebounds over there?
No. That's enough. Just keep up with what I'm keeping up with.
I understand. Down low, the shot. The pass goes to Walker, and she is fouled. She was in great position, and they had to shove her to keep her from getting an easy bucket.
That's Williams' third foul for Jonesboro.
So now at the line is Walker for two. 5 minutes to play in the third exactly. Got the first one, 26-21. Talked to Savannah's parents at halftime while you were talking to Mr. Wessel.
Is that right?
They were trying to get me to sing, grab a microphone and go down on the floor and sing. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. She got them both, 27-21. Back to a 6-point lead. Every time Jonesboro gets close, Paragould creates a little bit of a cushion.
Now
hope
back
they can
to
keep that all the way.
lead.
Jonesboro with the basketball. Walker with it in the corner. That's a three-pointer for
That's Marshall again.
I said Walker, it's Marshall.
That's her second one this quarter.
Yeah, that's right, and it's now 27-24.
Matter of fact,
in half.
it's the only 6 points that Jonesboro scored.
In this half, that's correct. So now Trepo with the basketball, works it into Walker. Walker from the free throw line. It gets off the back of the rim, no good, and it's rebounded by Jonesboro. We're going the other way fast. Johnson with it on the run. She pulls up and waits for help. Kicks it in the corner to Maligan. She drives the baseline. It's not going to go. Rebound, Layrock. Back and forth we go. Now here comes Rachel Dykus. And she kicks it to the high post. Low post, Walker, there it is. Great assist from Trepo. And timeout is called by Jonesboro. 29-24 the score. We're going to take a break. It's 30 seconds. We'll be right back on your Primetime Sports. All right, we are back after the timeout. 4:05 remaining third quarter. It's a 5-point Paragould lead, 29-24. Jonesboro called that timeout to try and stop the bleeding. And it'll be their basketball coming out of this break. And they inbound it to Marshall. Now Johnson gets it back, and she walks it down the floor. There has been no pressing by either team tonight. Neither team has employed the press. Marshall, left wing, drives in, kicks it back out. Stolen away, stolen by Rachel Dykus on the run, takes it to the rack, off the glass and in, and draws the foul. She took the steal. She went coast to coast. Put it in, and she's going to go for 3 points right here. Subs checking in quickly before they give her her free throw attempt. It is 31-24. That matches the largest lead of the night. She got the free throw. That's the new largest lead of the night, an 8-point lead by the Lady Rams. And here come, you missed it. We got our largest lead of the night now on a 3-point play from my niece, Rachel Dykus.
Well, number 12 just hit a 3-pointer.
Another 3-pointer while I was bragging on my niece. This one from number 12, Morgan Maligan.
Who hit the bucket down here for us?
Rachel Dykus.
2.
Plus a free throw. 32-27 the score. Paragould with the basketball, and a foul is committed by Jonesboro. And I know for a fact my mother-in-law is listening to her granddaughters play this game right now, live. She should be happy right now. Paragould basketball. Trepo with it on the right side. Thought about the three, thought better of it. Skip pass all the way over to Gill. Now high post, now low post, and it's over the head of Rogers and out of bounds.
She had that same play. You know, they kicked the ball into Walker right there in the paint, and then as the defense pulls up, Trepo, whoever it is down low, is wide open. She just got it over her head.
Well, Rogers isn't as tall as the rest of those girls, and she couldn't haul that one in. Jonesboro basketball. David has it down on the low block. She drives in.
Nice
she puts up a reverse layup. She can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound, goes back up, and she is fouled by Trepo.
That's Trepo's third foul.
Yeah, that's not good news. 2:49 left in the third, and she's going to have to come out. There is a Dykus at the scorer's table waiting to take her out. Now both Dykuses in the game, Sarah and Rachel. She got the first free throw, 32-28. Here's the second free throw from David. And she got the roll on that one. So what was once an 8-point lead is back down to 3 again, 32-29. 2:45 and counting left in the third. Walking it down is Gill. Gives it over to Rachel Dykus. Back up to Gill, and it got past her. And it's picked up by Johnson. Johnson takes it to the rack. Can't get the bucket. Gets her own rebound. Clears it back out. Three-pointer on the way. Tie ball game. Malugin. I just heard him say it. I've been saying it wrong. Malugin. Ties the score, 32-32. Wow. First tie since 0-0. Walker in the paint, puts it up. It's
partially
short.
Blocked.
And it's rebounded by Rogers. They clear it out and reset the offense. Gill drives in the paint, puts it up. It won't go. Walker with the offensive board. Off the glass and in. Lead goes back to Paragould with 2 minutes left in the third. 34-32. Now here come the Lady Hurricane. Malugin carried the basketball. Traveled with it, carried it. It's one of them. She got called for it. Paragould basketball. Got to try and cushion that lead again. Only lead by 2 right now. 34-32. And number 32 brings it across the timeline. That's Gill.
Well, the M&M girls are the only thing that's kept Jonesboro in this game.
Steal inside. Steal by number 11. We haven't called her name out. Susanna
back
Kelly.
By your niece.
Stolen back by Rachel Dykus. Going back the other way. Now she's in trouble. Needs help. Finds Walker. She's fouled before she gets rid of it.
Yeah, you were looking down while
well, that girl's new.
While Rachel was stealing the ball.
Number 11 is new. I had to reach down and grab her name, Susanna Kelly. Little blonde number 11 over there.
Yeah, the Mulligan and Marshall girl, the M&M.
The M&Ms. They're the ones that are doing all the damage right now.
4 3-pointers by them 2 girls.
So now Walker with it, high block, dumps it down low, off the glass and in. Sarah Dykus. 36-32, back to a 4-point game with 65 seconds remaining in the third. Three-pointer on the way for Thornton. It's not going to go. Rebound tracked down by Gill. Smallest girl on the floor tracks down the rebound. We're going the other way. Ahead it goes to Rogers. Rogers in the corner, kicks it back up top to Gill. She's going to set up the offense with 50 seconds and counting left in the third. She's sitting on it at the bottom of the J at half court. Down to 40 seconds. Gill dribbles.
Jonesboro not putting any pressure on them. Just standing back and waiting.
Hard to do play-by-play for somebody just standing there dribbling, you know what?
Yeah. That's where I'm at. We might need to come up with a joke or something.
Oh, right in this spot right here? Down to 25 seconds. Gill dribbling.
That to be a 10-second joke.
Yeah. We could probably figure something out. 20 seconds, she pulls the trigger. Gives it over to Dykus. Now back to Gill. Now over to the other Dykus. That's Rachel on the left side. She's fouled.
That's got to be a foul.
Fouled by Susanna Kelly with 12.3 left in the third. That is team foul number 6. Wow. Only one team foul against Paragould, 6 on Jonesboro.
That's going to put Paragould in the bonus
for the
really
entire
early.
fourth quarter.
You betcha.
Gill with the basketball, 8 seconds. Has it up top, kicks it over. Rachel Dykus, 5 seconds. Cross-court pass. Sarah Dykes. Down low, picked off. That's the end of the quarter. 36-32. As we go to the fourth quarter, we will take a 1-minute break and be back on YourPrimetimeSports.com. All right, 8 minutes left in this ball game. Paragould has led the entire way. Have not really, well, there was a tie in there very, very briefly, but they've led the rest of the way. 36-32 the score right now. It will be Jonesboro basketball to kick the fourth quarter off.
I was checking my notes, sir. I'm right on the money, my friend.
I'm digging the fact that you're able to keep up with the scoring.
Yes, sir, buddy.
I'm digging it. Will you be able to do that while you're doing play-by-play Thursday night?
Probably not.
No, because I can't do it either. Here's Jonesboro with the basketball. It is Marshall over on the right side, and she hits Kelly in the face with it, and he goes out of bounds.
But I bet y'all sure give it a good try.
Give it a try. Why not?
Hey,
I know my limitations.
I'm not a very good multitasker. When Mr. Joe and I were talking, you were pointing at someone. I'm like, what's he telling me? I'm asking questions here.
Yeah, okay. I was telling you to play the commercial once you got done talking to him.
Oh.
But you never got done talking to him.
Nah, we just took the whole halftime.
So it's Paragould basketball. Rachel Dykes back up top to Gill. In the paint, Walker. She traveled with it, no call. Oh, gosh.
Well, they've not called a couple on Jonesboro, so.
Evens out, right?
Yeah.
Now back into Walker. Now she loses it, but there's Layrock and a white jersey, David. They tie up. The arrow point's blue. Paragould basketball.
Well, that was a good break for Paragould because the ball was
Got
lost
right by
down
her.
low, and it went between the Jonesboro's legs, and Layrock picks it up, being behind her.
Right place, right time.
Right place, right time.
Gill with the basketball. And they're not moving the offense. They're not moving their players very well in this offense. Now down in the corner it goes to Rachel Dykes. Back up top it goes to Gill. Now Layrock over on the left side. Now cross-court pass. Rachel Dykes drives in. Short shot. Put back up and in by her sister, Sarah. 38-32. Scoreboard not correct nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
They're just taking a little bit longer to add that bucket. Jonesboro basketball now almost stolen away by Rachel Dykes, but Jonesboro recovers. Shot won't go for Johnson. Rebound. David inside. She's going to get fouled going back up with it. She's going to shoot two. 6:41 left in the ball game. It is a 6-point Paragould lead. Got the first one. What I like about this, we haven't had a Paragould girls game this year, Clifton. But
No.
I walked out here and knew every single girl. Didn't have to study this page for nothing.
Well, that's good.
Got them both. 38-34. That's what I like about doing Paragould girls games because I know every girl on the team. Now here come the Lady Rams.
Like I know they're crosstown rivals.
Like you know the Tech Lady Eagles. And now I kind of know them more or less too. In the corner, Rachel Dykes, three-pointer, got it!
Big shot right there by Rachel Dykes.
41-34. Lady Rams lead it by a touchdown. 6:18 and counting. Jonesboro, that's Thornton with the three. It's not going to go. David with the offensive board puts it back up and in. 41-36.
I tell you what, Dave, that David girl, she's had some really good moves down low. That was a good move.
And she's the biggest girl on the floor for either team.
What is she, 6 or
says 5'10". I bet she's bigger than that.
Yeah.
And that shot goes in.
So Walker.
For Walker, it's 43-36, and a timeout's going to be called by Jonesboro. It's back to a 7-point lead with a full timeout, and we're going to take it to back in 1 minute. And we're back just in time. The inbound pass to Johnson, and we're back underway. Jonesboro basketball. They're down by 7, 43-36. Johnson gives to Thornton. Now up top it goes to Marshall. Marshall resets. Marshall being guarded by Layrock. They lob it inside, and it's picked off. Oh, she stepped on the baseline with it. What a break.
I'm not sure she stepped on the baseline. I think she was out of bounds, came back in, grabbed the ball, and that's what she was called
It
for.
was Gill who picked it off, but doggone it, gives it right back to the Hurricane. So now Johnson trying to find somebody to inbound to, find somebody in the paint. It's stolen away by Sarah Dykes. She muscled that thing away from number 25, Raquel Williams. It's Paragould basketball. Gill to Sarah Dykes. Into Walker. She traveled with it. And the referee on this side, who was right on top of it, didn't call it. And the guy all the way across with players in between him and her is the one that made the call.
Yeah.
But we saw it from a mile away up here.
Well, I think she wanted to kick it out quicker than she really anticipated.
Her feet moved quicker than her hands did.
She had a teammate wide open in the corner, and she just couldn't get it out quick enough.
So now it's Lady Hurricane basketball. Johnson lobs it inside. Whistle, 3 seconds in the lane called against the Lady Hurricane.
You see what Jonesboro's done here, don't you? Every time down the floor, they're going down low.
Yep, trying to work it inside every single time. They're not shooting any perimeter shots right now, even though they've had success with it earlier in the half.
Right.
43-36, 4:44 left in the ball game. 7-point Paragould lead. They have the ball at the high block. Driving down low is Walker off the glass and in. Nobody stepped up to front her. She took the easy bucket. That's the largest lead of the night. A 9-point Paragould lead. Jonesboro in no kind of hurry here with half the quarter gone. Now they pull the trigger and start running offense. It's stolen. No, let's see what we got. No, she kicked it. That was Rachel Dykes, who kicked the ball, had control of it for just half a second, and then she kicked it. So it'll be Jonesboro basketball. Johnson brings it into the front court. We're down to 4:10 in the ball game. There's a three-pointer on the way. It will not go for Malugin.
That's got to be a foul on
Rebounded
30.
on her butt. That was Layrock. And they call a foul. She cleared it out from her butt and gave it to, I don't know who she got it to, but the foul was committed by
42.
Minor.
Well, she
should have been fouled already
on her because she really hammered Morgan Trepo. Morgan Trepo already had the ball in her hands on the rebound, and she was hammered upside the head. And then they ended up on the floor, and that's when Minor picked up the foul.
We forgot. They're in the bonus. Here's free throws. Front end is good for Sarah Dykes. 46-36. Double-digit lead for the first time tonight for the Lady Rams. Missed the second one. Live ball. Pulled down by Minor. Jonesboro basketball. Ahead it goes to Johnson. Johnson with it over to the right wing. Johnson dribbles around. Top of the key. Now Gill steps out to guard her. Now she gives to David at the high block. Now back up top it goes and out of bounds. Oh, she saved it in bounds. And it's poked out by Gill, so it'll be Jonesboro basketball. I thought that was going out. She somehow managed to keep it from doing it.
Yeah, and I also thought the referee pointed toward Paragould's direction. I thought she just bounced it out, lost control of it.
Apparently Gill got a finger on it.
I'm not sure he's seen that, but
that's what the story is anyway.
And you know how I feel about referees.
Yeah. Back underway here, and Paragould defense not even letting them pass the ball right now, and they steal it away. Stolen by Walker. And a foul committed by Johnson. They've got a foul at this point. 3:21 left and down by 10.
Well, the Paragould crowd was starting to get a little rowdy because Johnson was all over her with her body, but the referee called it. He was right on it real quick.
It's team foul number 8. It's foul number 3 on Johnson. And Gill will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Got it. 11-point Paragould lead. Things keep going like this. The Lady Rams are going to win this one going away. 47-36 the score. Got them both.
Largest lead of the night.
48-36. Here come the Lady Hurricane. And again, walking it down the floor, down by a dozen, with only 3 minutes to play. And they turn it over. No sense of urgency whatsoever. And if I'm the coach, that makes me mad. You got to know what's going on in this ball game. You're down by a dozen. We got to move the ball. So now it's Paragould ball. What a pass on the cutter. The cutter was Rachel Dykes. The pass from Gill. Beautiful play, 50-36.
Beautiful pass by Carson Gill.
14-point lead. Now here's the Lady Hurricane. Johnson gives it over right side to Malugin. Malugin run, baseline runner will not go. Offensive board, David, it won't go. Now it's Ray battle for, and coming out of there with it is Layrock. And they call a jump ball. And the arrow points at Jonesboro.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Somebody tied up, and look, I didn't see anybody tie up with her, but they called it. And so it'll be Jonesboro basketball.
Sydney Layrock has given Jonesboro fits down low all day. I don't care if she's a junior, senior, or what. She's manhandling them in there.
Well, there's a three-pointer from Johnson to cut the lead to 11, 50-39. 2:20 left in the game. Here comes Gill. Protect the lead, Lady Rams. Left side of the floor, it's Gill. Up top, Trepo. Trepo drives in, now kicks it out in the corner. Rachel Dykus for three, can't get it to go. It's rebounded by Johnson going the other way. Johnson on the run, takes it to the rack all the way up and in. Coast to coast from Chayla Johnson. She cuts it to a single-digit lead, 50-41.
Right, I will ask the question here.
Well, here's Gill, and Johnson just riding her all the way over down the floor. No call.
Here's my question. This is the third trip down the floor. Why are we in such a big hurry to shoot the ball?
No, we should be sitting on the ball with 90 seconds to play.
I don't understand that.
90 seconds left in the ball game, and now they've finally figured out that's exactly what they need to do. And they quickly come over. As soon as Jonesboro realized they were going to sit on the ball, they swarmed over there and fouled Rachel Dykus.
Well, we 2 trips down the floor before this one, we took 2 3-point shots out in the corner. One was made, one was missed. I'm not understanding why we even took either one of them.
Should have sat on the ball. Front end of the 1-and-1, missed. Rebound Jonesboro. That was the last 1-and-1. That was team foul number 9. 2 shots the rest of the way. We're down to 75 seconds left to play in the ball game. Jonesboro down by 9, and a foul is committed by Layrock. It's on the floor. It's only team foul number 3. Jonesboro's got to inbound the basketball. And they do. They get it into Johnson. 70 seconds and counting. Johnson has it up top. Drives down the left side of the lane. Kicks it back out. Malugin in the corner. Marshall. 1 minute to play. And they're not. They need to be scoring if they want to try and get back in this. In the paint, the shot goes up. Malugin can't get it to go. Rebounded by Paragould. Layrock pulls it down and is fouled. 48 seconds left to play.
Trying to see who that foul was on 30, okay.
David with her 3rd foul of the night.
That backboard, that side backboard that will not lift up, that Mr. David Daniels told me about when I first walked in, that is right in.
Well, it's a good thing it's made out of glass.
Yes.
Layrock alone at the free throw line, shooting 2, gets the first one. All the Paragould Lady Rams are back ready to play defense with 48 seconds left to play. Makes it a 10-point game, makes it an 11-point game. 52-41. Back to 11 points. 46 seconds and counting. Here come the Lady Hurricane. She's walking it across the timeline. I cannot believe that they have no more urgency than that. And now, from the high block, the shot won't go for Marshall. Rebound is Rachel Dykus. She clears it out to Layrock. Layrock brings it across the timeline. She has it stolen away. We're going the other way. Raquel Williams waits for help. Kicks it out to Malugin. Malugin for a long 2. It's not going to go. Rebound Trepo. No, stolen away. And a foul. Let's see. Johnson stole it, went back up with it, and she was fouled on the attempt with 13 seconds left. It doesn't matter at this point. It's an 11-point game with 14 seconds left to play. No amount. This one's over. Paragould moves on with the win. Short.
Well, I think the bottom line is our player was hacked pretty good down there, and they didn't call it, and then they call the foul on us, and Johnson's at the line right now.
She got the second free throw. It's a 10-point game with 13 seconds left. They have no shot at this. They call the foul. I don't even know why they bothered to foul. 11 seconds left to play. It is a 4-possession ball game right now. I have no idea why they're even contesting at this point, but they still are. Gill goes to the free throw line for a couple. Got the first one. 53-42, 11-point lead.
You will not see Carson Gill miss very many free throws.
Got them both, dozen points. And it's a 4-possession lead the hard way with all three-pointers. 10, 9, 8. She needs a 3. She drives in with it and misses it. David puts it back up and in. Too little, too late. 2-1 ball game. 54-44, the final score. I'm rhyming over here.
Let's take a commercial break, maybe a 2-minute one, and since we didn't have any at halftime, and let me do some totals here, and we'll do a recap.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute break. Final score, 54-44, Jonesboro. We'll come back with some scoring totals for you on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
Your favorite teams play on YourPrimetimeSports.com.
All right, back here at Don Riggs Hurricane Gymnasium. Final score, our Paragould Lady Rams 54, Jonesboro Lady Hurricane 44.
Well, we'll start with the Jonesboro Lady Hurricane. Their top scorer was Chayla. Is that how you say it?
Chayla, yeah.
Chayla Johnson. She had 16 points. They shut her out in the third period, but she was their big scorer. Marshall with 6. Which were both three-pointers in the third quarter, and Mulligan with 6, which was also 2 three-pointers in the third quarter. And then to round out the scoring for the Jonesboro team was Shayla David, the big post player inside with 12 points. For the Lady Rams, with the total score of 54, Morgan Trepo ended up with 9, Sydney Layrock with 11, and I want to think that she was pretty close to 9 or 10 rebounds. She had a lot of rebounds.
She was all over the board.
So she possibly could have had a double-double. Savannah Walker rounded out the night with 13 and ended up being the high-point player for the Lady Rams. She didn't even score in the first period and only had 1 point at halftime, Dave. So she turned it on in the third and fourth period. Rachel Dykus followed her up with 12 points, and Sarah Dykus rounded out with 5, and Carson Gill ended the night with the last 4 free throws that we've seen tonight with 4 points.
Well, she's their point guard. She runs things. You don't usually see her unless they leave her wide open for a 3. You don't usually see her shooting. So it's not unusual for her only points in the scorebook to be from the free throw line.
Well, one of these days, maybe we can get us one of those boards that we can just touch and we can throw up rebounds. And
really? How much are those cost?
I don't know, but we're not. Go ahead and sell some ads, brother.
All right. Now, here is our schedule for the remainder of the week. We had intended to bring you Paragould's game at Batesville on Friday, boys and girls. Can't do it because they're playing Thursday now because, well, the entire conference moved the games on Friday to Thursday because of the Cotton Bowl. So, we had already committed to doing Greene County Tech's very first game in their brand new. Have they named that arena?
I'm not sure if they have or not.
We're going to call it Greene County Tech Arena or Eagle Arena until somebody tells us different. That arena will be christened Thursday night, and with the play-by-play will be Clifton Garmrath.
And I think, not for sure, he told me to call and remind me, and he'd love to do it. My pastor at Eastside Baptist Church, Jason Knoll, who loves
I love Jason Knoll. That guy's great.
He's going to help me.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope he does.
I hope he does, too.
I hope he does. And then we are going to try and get back on track Saturday morning for the new year with the Double G Sports Talk Saturday show. We're going to try and have all 4 area coaches on the air with us Saturday morning. I'm working on that as we speak. So that is going to do it from Jonesboro tonight. Clifton, excellent job keeping up with the scoring over there, buddy.
Thanks, sir. Excellent job doing play-by-play.
That's Clifton.
Your voice is getting back to normal.
It's about 85% right now. Yeah. I'm happy about that.
And Happy New Year to everyone out there.
And you too, by the way, Clifton.
Thank you.
That's Clifton Garmrath. I'm Dave Grimm. We'll see you on Thursday on YourPrimetimeSports.com.